exciting. The world happiness.
We're almost at the next set of locks now. We've got effectively this next bit of cruise to get off the Leeds Liverpool is about 17 hours from where we were. So we're going to aim to try and do the 10 hours today and the 7 hours tomorrow, but we're kind of governed by when the locks are now open and closed, because the water levels are that low in some areas, they've just, you know, shut off the locks. What? Wow. So the boat here is listing. You can see there it's on a real angle from where it's sitting on the silt. Yeah, we don't want to moor on this now. We just want to get off. We want to be back on rivers where there isn't this water level problem. They're not even moving at all as we're going past. We made the right decision. I think if we'd have stayed until next week, I think we would have found that they would have locked off the entire canal, and we'd have potentially been trapped here for maybe a year, because although there's been rain this week, it's not been enough to fill a reservoir. It's only been enough to fill up our flipping engine bay. But yeah, being stuck on this bit for an extra year would not have been, is not top on our plans. But yeah, you need waterproofs for this kind of cruising, because you just get drenched. We're going to try and aim to get to Appley Bridge today at least. Try and get down the lock that's there. I think it's a lock flight of 3. Try and get down that if we can. And then I'm going to cycle back in my waterproofs to the car, and then bring the car back to Appley Bridge. And then tomorrow, 7 AM, we're going to set off again. We set off at 7 today, and it only took, we set off at 8 AM, and it only took an hour to get down the flight of 5 and the flight of 3, which is real reasonable. I think in total now we've only been travelling for an hour and a half. It feels like a lot longer, but yeah. And I'm going to have to upgrade our bilge pump, because it was getting rid of the water and it did it, but it just wasn't doing it fast enough for my liking. So I want something that's, I think ours is a 500 gallons per hour. I think I'll go for something like a 1500 or a 2000. Something designed for a bigger ship or a bigger boat. And then it's just going to pump out more volume in a quicker time. Or maybe even a second one of these. I don't know. Maybe have 2 bilge pumps to pump out both sides of the boat. It just wasn't getting it out fast enough for my liking. It was quite nerve-wracking. We're back by, what's that pub called?
Fisherman's.
The Fisherman's. My eyesight's terrible. And we're just going under bridge 205. Is that CRT's here? So we're now at Dowley Gap Locks. And I think there's a boater coming up. So we're just gonna wait for them to come up and then make our way down. Doing good for time so far. Really good for time. And all the locks are down from here, which is good news for us, because it makes it a lot quicker. That was coming up is the Kennet boat, and they do like they're run by like a charity, and they do little tours of the boat, the history of a boat. It's an old working boat. The largest that you'll find on this section of the canal, I think it's 14.1 foot wide, and I think it's 60 foot long. I might have butchered that, but I'll have a look on the website and put the actual dimensions of the boat up there. But it's a big vessel. It's really deep inside as well. I could stand in there, but just not in the not at the corners. So we're just going to wait for them to go past, and then we shall continue. Man, this boat looks massive compared to ours coming past. Big old vessel. Proper working boat, that one. So we are at Dowley Gap Locks, and we're going downhill.
Okay, just put them back on afterwards.
Back off the Leeds Liverpool that we tried to get on for about a year now. So we're doing really good for time at the moment. We've got, I think, a swing bridge, a double lock, and then we're down into Shipley. And then, I can't remember. One thing we've found, especially with this route, most of the boating route we've taken, is like you go through so many places, you can't even remember what locks are where, and without looking at a map, I just have no idea. No idea. I know the direction I'm going, but I have no idea what to expect and what's to come. It's just, yeah, it's just one of them things of boating. We've been lucky with CRT today, so hopefully there's more CRT guys at the next locks, and that will speed the whole process up. But we should do much better for time going back than coming here. Cheers for your help, lads. Thank you. All right, and that's Dowley Gap Locks done. And like I said, I literally can't for the life of me remember what comes next. I just know that from where we left off this morning, I think there was 28 locks in total to get done. Until we're back at Granary Wharf in Leeds. Yes, please. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to accept defeat, you know. Like, we've travelled a long way to get to this this section, and to do the Leeds, Liverpool, all the way up to Leeds, to Liverpool, and then to Manchester. But sometimes you just got to accept defeat. There's more pressing things now with a baby on the way. We've got to be in a better position, in a better area. How am I looking? Huh? Good, cool. Yeah, you've got to be in a bit of a better position, in a better area with a newborn. We don't want to be stuck 2.5, 3 hours away from family. So it just makes the most sense to get back nearer. Haley's just filling up the lock. It's been a nice, easy cruise today. It's been chucking it down with rain, but like, you can't have everything go your way. There's been CRT at both sets of locks so far. None at this one, but we're hoping there will be at the next one. But we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, if we can get a bit of a smooth journey, just getting off this section, and then it'll make things a little bit easier for us too, because we've both not got a lot of energy. Hayley's got less energy than I do because she's carrying a baby, but yeah. Baby number 4. Some would say that we are crazy. It wasn't planned, but yeah, you just got to embrace it. You just got to go with it. I'm glad it's not another set of twins though, because going from 1 to 3 was difficult, but going from 3 to 5 would have been like, I don't even know. How do you even like transport that many children? I'd need a bus. I'd need a school bus. The funny one yesterday, this guy was walking the towpath, and he said, as we were coming down to get to the lock landing for Bingley, Five Rise, and he said, you ain't gonna get down there, mate. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, your boat's too big, it's not gonna get down that set of locks. And I was like, well, I came up them like 3 weeks ago. And he was like, did ya? It's like, yeah, I came up them. He was like, oh, I didn't think you could get boats as big as that up there. Like, a lot of people have the Dunning-Kruger effect. A lot of people run with information that they feel that they know more about, topics that they know more about. But yeah, it's crazy. Someone will challenge you on something they have no experience in, no idea about, and feel that they know best. It's like, I don't know, how did I get up here? I just got an Apache helicopter at the front, strapped me up, Apache helicopter at the rear, strapped me up, or a Chinook just in the middle and lifted me up and onto Bingley at the top of the Five Rise. Hayley, I literally, it's just done a gearbox noise. I'm not doing it on purpose. I know, I'm pretty stressed though. We took on a lot of water there. Is water coming out? Cool. Yeah, we took on a lot of water in that lock as well. Oh, what is that? So we just pulled all of this from the prop, which is great. And I'm beginning to test this section of the canal. So that all that stuff wrapped around the prop stopped us from progressing, moving forward or doing anything. And of course, again, let a little bit of water on. There is news on that though. Collingwood has said they don't know how it left the factory without that. As in the weed hatch, they don't know how it left the factory without that and can only apologise and have decided to basically come out to me and fix it next week, which is good news. But then it's also concerning, like it's something that's a major component of a boat. You build how many vessels in a year? That just tells me that you have no quality assurance. They're not checking anything. It just comes across with them like it's like smash the boat out as quickly as you can just to make the money. Don't really care if your checks have been done. Like, do they even have any checks? You know, and I then said, well, what else could be wrong and could be potentially missed out or wrong with this boat? And no answer back to that. Pretty poor, considering the money you spend with them. Thing is with like waterproofs, I've got waterproofs on, but then you get they're not breathable waterproofs, so you just end up feeling like you're inside a plastic bag. So we're just going under bridge 2078. 207 Alpha. The water levels are really low around here as well. You alright? So we've left Shipley now, and we are heading to Appley Bridge. So I think in a minute we've got a swing bridge. Yeah, we've got another swing bridge, and then I think there is a triple lock coming up. It is extremely windy. It's just taking the boat. I mean, hopefully with the shelter of these trees coming up, we'll be in a better position. But I better move all of this because they're about to swipe over everything that's on the roof. Let's just hope it doesn't get the STARLINK. Trying to steer out the way of it all. I need you up here. But that was f***ing dog. The f***ing STARLINK just got swiped because they don't f***ing maintain these canals. So yes, they don't maintain these canals, man. They're not dredged ever. So there's loads of silt and loads of crap along the bottom. And then they are also not maintained for the trees that are overhanging. So you tend to end up getting a lot of stuff swiped off the seat, off the roof of your boat by the branches, which is a pain in the f***s. And it's like we either try and clear everything off the roof beforehand every time we cruise down these bits, or just try and avoid them. And sometimes, like then, can't really avoid it. And because we've got no bow thruster at the moment, it's making it a little bit harder to pull this in to the sides in the wind. If we get a gust and it blows us, it's quite difficult. For the last like half an hour, the wind's been coming from behind us, and we're trying to pull ourselves to a stop. And the wind's just like, nope. So I'm fighting the wind, just trying to pull the boat in, and it's just difficult. These things do not stop quickly as it is, let alone if you've got the force of Mother Nature behind you. It's not easy. Hopefully STARLINK's not damaged, or that will be excellent fun. Let's do a speed test while we're moving and see what we're getting. So I'm currently moving along at like 3 knots, and I'm going to do a speed test now, see what we get while we're moving. That's not bad for moving. We're getting about 30 megabytes per second. Megabits per second even. For download, and upload is 5. That's not bad. Oh no, 7. And 41 millisecond ping. It's pretty reasonable for sat internet while you're on the move. You might be able to see just how windy it is by just looking at these trees. There's some really big gusts of wind, and when they come, it just literally takes the boat left or right, makes it a lot more difficult to cruise in. Surprising how like a big bit of steel, like a boat like this, can just be knocked about by a bit of wind. So we're not far from Appley Bridge now. I think we've probably got about 3 or 4 more swing bridges to get through, and then we've got there's after this swing bridge there's 3 locks, I think, a lock flight of 3. So we've got to get through all of these, and then we should be at, I think, the Appley Bridge lock, which is a flight of 3 again. So Haley's just going to close up the swing bridge. Yeah, the trees haven't shielded us from this wind yet. I can still feel it just blowing past me. It makes stopping the boat quite a bit more difficult. So we're just trying to beat the beat the canal closures or the possible canal closure. If this canal gets shut and they shut the whole section off, including where we are now, it would mean that we are potentially stuck here till November, and the due date is December for the baby. So it would mean we'd have to pick a hospital around here for Hayley to give birth. They won't let me in for the birth with 3 children. So it's going to mean the logistics of getting the kids to grandparents and whatnot so that I can be there is way more difficult. So even just the slightest hint of that level of risk was enough for us to just be like, we'll try and crack this another time. It just makes more sense for us to just steam on and try and get back to more familiar territory. I think we've got maybe about 25 minutes after this to get to Appley Bridge. And then once we get to Appley Bridge, we're going to try and plough on through and get to Rodley. There's one more lock before Appley Bridge. And once we've done that lock, we should be in a position to just go all the way to Rodley, because I don't think there's any more locks. Might be mistaken, but hopefully not. So it'll mean we can just plough straight onto Rodley, and then that's the first like big chunk of the cruise done. And then from that point, it's Rodley. Tomorrow will be Rodley all the way to Leeds city centre. We'll try and get a place in either Granary Wharf or the dock. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. So we are now in lock 1 of field. Is this field lock? Yeah, field lock. And I think there's 3 in this flight. So we've got to get through these, and then we're going to have to carry on our way to Appley Bridge. And then we'll be on our way through into lock 2. It's very, very noisy. We're out of lock 1. This is taking far longer than we hoped. Yeah. We got one more lock. This is the last one to get through for here. And then it's probably like a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes journey from here to Appley Bridge. And then from there, I think it's like a 2-hour journey to Rodley. Bearing in mind, we got up at 7 to leave at 8. We left Bingley 5 Rise at 8. Got in the first lock at 8 AM, and we've been travelling since. So it's a long day, 2:30. By the time we get done, it's probably going to be about 5:30, maybe 6. It's a long day. So we ended up getting something caught in the prop at the bottom of that lock. Honestly, the water levels and the sheer amount of rubbish in this canal. It's beautiful countryside, but people just fucking ruin it. Absolutely ruin it. Just launching shit in the canal. Oh, I've just finished my fucking sandwich. I'll just throw the entire fucking wrapper in the canal. It's just crazy. Like, people don't respect anything anymore. You really see it on the waters. We finally made it down the locks at Appley, just before Appley. So now we should have a clean run with no locks, only swing bridges to Rodley. It's taken all day. We've been non-stop since 7 AM and it's now 4:10. So it's long days, but we don't want to take the risk of getting stuck on here and not being able to move anywhere else for like 6 months to a year. Bye lock. This should be the final lock of the day. Be amazing. Amazing if we don't have to do any more locks. Or swing bridges, but we definitely got more swing bridges. Right. Well, I'm thinking I'll just toot along and then, have you got your keys? It's a swing bridge, isn't it? Electric.
Yeah.
You need the keys. Oh, maybe a bit too much power with that one. And then what I'll do is I'll just plod along and hopefully by the time you get there and open it, I'll be there. And we just got through the Appley Bridge electric swing bridge. So I'm just going to pull over here, wait for Hayley to come, and then we're going to head off. It's a 55-minute walk from here to Rodley. So hopefully it's about an hour-ish to get the boat there.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. And a great big thank you to Jennifer Proudler for the Buy Me a Coffee. We really appreciate it. If you want to support our journey, you can simply like, share and subscribe. But if you really want to help us out, go on to buymeacoffee.com/wading towards happiness.